Time to wake up. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another fine live stream from the ocean way out east on Long Island. The sun is trying to peek through the damn clouds out here. It's been kind of cloudy and a little rainy and a little moist in the air, but hoping for a good beach day today. Just got back from New York City where I spent the day checking on things, went to the apartment, got my mail, checked for silverfish and cockroaches and rats. I had to turn on all the water because the stank from the showers was not that nice. And I also had to check to make sure there was no waterfall in my living room like last summer. Everything checked out just fine. And now I'm back. You are bizarre. What a hell of a way to start a fine day with John Kamala. You are bizarre. You want to explain that one, John? I would appreciate it. What's going on, Nick? Good morning to you. Good morning to John Quartz. Good morning, Open Squad. We got Jeff. Good morning, GH. Hope you have a great day. Thank you. Thank you very much. We got Trevor. Hey, GH, been a minute. Well, not really. I guess I took yesterday off from live streaming, but had to do the back and forth to New York to get the bills and do all that fancy stuff. And now we're back. We're back and better than ever. Scott Watson, good morning, Open All. Good morning, Scott, up that damn river. Got Gail. We got Steven. Got to say hi to the regulars, not some idiot that's just calling me bizarre. Hi, Jason. How are you? Andy Volin, what's going on, brother? How are you? Wait. I'm bizarre. I wish you well. Okay, thank you. You know, you probably don't know anything about me there, Johnny. Johnny boy. What's up, Peepo Shark? How are you? Tommy Festa, what's up, Bopster? F off, John. Yeah, exactly. We don't need you here. We got our little group, and that's all that matters, right? Block him. All right, I'll block him. See, these people don't play, John, so you're gone. Ban user, delete their comments. Goodbye, sir. Mike Bergen Jr., good morning, Open Pod Squad. Whose toes were worse, Pat Duffy's or Ron DeWayda? Yeah, so while I was in New York City, I did a live stream from Gephardt's Beer Culture, and it was a fine time. And we learned that Ron DeWayda, he chews his own toe. Instead of having a nail clipper, he bends all the way over on his concave bed. This will all make sense when I post the actual episode on the Opie Radio podcast feed. But he bends all the way over on his concave bed. Supposedly he sleeps with his feet a foot above his head. That's how bad his bed is. And then it looks like he takes his foot and puts it in his own damn mouth and chews down his own athlete foot infested toes, and that's how he keeps his seagull. Morning, bird. Wow, that was a low flyer. I just didn't want him to dump his load all over our live stream. The deck, man. Some morning it's like pa 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 pa. But yeah, man, that's how Ron DeWayda takes care of his toenails. And then Pat Duffy's like, that's nothing, man, because we showed the toe and everything. And then Pat Duffy, sent in a picture, and Pat's toes are so fucking brutal that honestly, Pat, I did not eat dinner. And I thank you for that, because I'm trying to lose a few lbs before we get back to the city after this fine summer. Trying to knock down 10 pounds. I'm only down 5 so far, but it's hard, man. Out here, it's hard. There's always something right around the corner to eat or drink. So we're trying. But supposedly Pat Duffy lost all his toes in a war or something. I don't know. Or maybe, I don't know. I think he doesn't have actual toenails at this point. Oh, my God. Good morning, Justo. How are you? Good morning, George. Robbie, how are you? Linda, I'm back. Morning. Oh, cool. I remember Linda. She's a newer member of our little group. Maybe she'll join the private Facebook group. That could be cool. A boy could dream, right? We would like that, Linda, but good to have you again. But man, being in the city was extremely weird. I didn't have to wear shoes, which is awesome. I haven't worn shoes since early June. But the noise and the energy of the city this time around was very, very weird. The sirens, the yelling and screaming of the homeless people, the cars beeping, the NYPD pulling somebody over for something. And I was trying to tell the guys, and they were laughing at me because they could see me. My shoulders would go up every time I hear some noise because I'm really not used to the NYC energy. I'm used to this. I'm hearing the waves in the background. I'm dive bombing seagulls if they drop their loads, and you'll hear it for yourself. You'll hear the birds chirping in the background. So a very drastic difference than what I'm used to out here over the summer. It's over, Johnny. Yeah, Johnny's gone. Goodbye, Johnny. Johnny. Oh no, that's Tommy, right? Tommy. Growing up, the Who's Tommy just freaked me out. The whole album freaked me out. Tommy. And then Roger Daltrey with those eyes, and Tommy. Oh, looking good today, buddy. You don't have the crazy hair this morning. Oh, I got my hair did. I went and got my hair did after I hung out at the Get Fots with Matt and Ron the Waiter and Scott Watson and Mike Berger Jr. and a few other people. And then I went and got my hair did. This hair costs $35 instead of $100. Then I tipped the guy $15. So all in $50 compared to $120, $130 for the exact same haircut. And instead of sitting in a chair for an hour because they feel guilty that they're hammering you for over $100 for a guy's haircut, you have to sit there for almost an hour because they're making believe, our haircuts are so damn special. It's going to take some time. Do you need some tea? Do you want some coffee? How about some water? Do you want a hand massage? Oh, just cut my goddamn hair and let me get the hell out of here. So now I go to this guy. He's right next to Get Fots. Great guy. He's been there forever. You sit in the stupid chair. He takes a water bottle. They don't have a shampoo, girl. Which kind of sucks, honestly. I'm not going to lie to you. The warm bosoms on the back of your head as they're washing your hair is pretty nice. But instead, I get a water bottle. I add that to my impressions that I could do. Water bottle man. And then he cuts the whole damn thing in less than 5 minutes, and you walk out. Sometimes you walk out looking like Frankenstein, but 9 out of 10 of the haircuts are good. He's actually really, really good. But he can charge way less because he's got a very small shop. If there are more than 4 people in his shop, it's very crowded. That's how small this place is. Cheap viewers on. I don't know what that means. Thank you. All right. Good morning, Open Squad. Good morning, Tom May, out here on Long Island. Oh, yeah, and Mike Berger Jr. is adding to the fact that Ron the Waiter says that he has the body of a 25-year-old, even though he pees blood. Yes. I can't wait for you guys to hear that if you weren't watching the live stream. I got to chop it up all nice. I'll put it up on Opie Radio within the next day or two probably. All right, Bob, what's up? So what's going on in the world, man? I skipped the news. I guess Biden gave a speech at the Oval Office, but now the conspiracy is, when did he actually tape this damn thing? Because the time on his watch was very different than the time people were watching him address the nation from the Oval Office. So you got that conspiracy going on. Now you got people that aren't going to vote for Kamala Harris because she laughs a lot. She laughs and laughs and laughs and laughs and laughs and laughs. And because of that, people aren't going to vote for Kamala Harris. What else do I know? We got the Olympics starting up right around the damn corner. That should be Exciting, I guess. I don't know. What else is going on out there for real? Sound Crest Studios, LMAO. I think an LMAO means you're doing well on a live stream, right? I think so. It's too loud. I miss my pipers. I don't miss my piping plovers, Scott Watson. Not at all. They took down the fencing. Now it's us versus the piping plovers. Tough shit now. A piping plover can't walk up to your blanket and go, hey, this is my... No, it's not your beach anymore. They took down all the fencing. Game on. I'm getting my hockey stick. No. I did not miss my piping plovers. Someone said that birds have cameras in them now. Well, there's a movement that birds are not real. I do believe there are some bird-like things in the air. Not here, though, but somewhere in the world where people think it's a bird flying by and it's some kind of droney thing. Drone. So, that's a big conspiracy that all birds are not real. Yes, like these fake birds. See, you got fake birds coming in. I see the birds dead on the beach. Trust me, birds are real. And it's downright depressing when you see one dead on the beach. And we can hear the piping plovers too, LOL. No, that's not piping plovers. Awesome album, The Who's Tommy. Tommy. It was dark and creepy, that album. I'm glad you're back at the Quiet Beach. Oh, thank you, Andy Volland. See someone that gives a shh. You's got your hairs did. I sure did. Cast Iron Kyle, how are you, bud? Look at those clouds, ready for storm trooping. I don't know, man. I hope the clouds clear out and we have a nice day. I haven't fished in a while. We did go in the ocean late yesterday afternoon. That was just glorious, for real. Wow, $15 is a strong tip. I'm feeling cheap for throwing a $5 now to my barber. No, man, it's not a strong tip because I look at it this way: $35 for the haircut if you pay cash, $37 if you pay with a credit card. So I go cash. So here's your $35 for the haircut, and here's an extra $15. Here's an extra $15. So it's not that. It's an impressive tip because in the end, I'm only paying $50 for a haircut when I used to pay well over $100 and have to sit there for an hour and listen to their politics. I'm like, you know what? Maybe my politics don't match up with yours. So how about you don't, drone on about your politics? I don't want to hear about your stupid politics. Coffee's good today. Had to go half and half, though. We ran out of... Oh, you don't care? Okay. Sorry. What's up, Thomas Christie? Hey, good to see you streaming for once, bro. For once? Oh, my God. Oh, so after the Get Fots thing, I'm hanging out with Matt. We're catching up. He actually said, don't leave. I said, all right, I won't leave. Let's hang out a little bit. Catch up, man. I haven't seen you all summer, my brother. And we're hanging out on what's called the porch. Oh, John Courts, $10. All those shots of banged up toe will haunt us forever. Cheers. Yeah, I'll post a side by side toe pictures, and you decide if Ron the waiter or our own Pat Duffy has worse toes. Okay. So after hanging out at Get Parts, I'm hanging out with Matt on the porch, just chilling, having some water because I'm getting ready to, drive back to the beach. And all of a sudden, this older gentleman comes up, looks like a beatnik. He's got a bucket hat on. And right away, I'm like, I ain't trusting you. You got a bucket hat on. I don't like bucket hat people. But it turns out he was a nice guy. And it turns out that he's been living in a rent-stabilized apartment in New York City for 50 years. I also learned it was his birthday. Hell of a way to spend his birthday, by the way. 77 years old. Rent-stabilized apartments in New York is, it pisses off the city. It's an old rule. You get in, and the landlord can't charge more than a certain amount. And the the city, for the most part, and the landlords, they're in cahoots together, and they want these people out. They just want them out. So they try to find any excuse they can to get these guys out. Oh, thanks for the $1.99, Paul. And so he's fighting with the city. They're basically saying he's a hoarder, and they gave him a timeline where you got to get your shit out of your apartment or we're going to take it for you. I'm like, how bad can this apartment be? So then the guy's talking about it. He's like, Matt, I got these custom-made giant speaker boxes. They would be perfect for get parts. Matt's sort of interested. Turns out Matt kind of knows this guy a little bit and has bought other stuff from the guy for the bar. And he's like, I live right around the corner. You gotta check out the speakers. The city's gonna throw them away, and I don't want to throw them away. He wanted $1,200 for him or something like that. Matt's like, look, man, I'm like everybody else. I'm trying to make ends meet. I don't have that money. And then the guy's like, could you just take them? Because I would hate to see the city just throw them in a dumpster, because they're handmade, handcrafted. He put the whole thing together himself. Turns out, like, he's very good at physics. So I whisper to Matt. I'm like, Matt, it's been my dream. It's been my dream to check out a hoarder's house. And all of a sudden, Matt turns to the guy, because Matt's that type of friend, and he goes, all right, yeah, let's go check out those speakers. I'm like, thank you, Matt. And then I high-five him behind the guy's back. So long story short, a couple blocks from Get Parts, we walk into this guy's apartment to check out the speakers, right? Holy crap. It was a studio apartment, so basically that means it's one not even a giant room. It's a basic room that you would have in your house that fits everything. It fits your bedroom, a tiny little kitchen area, a little living area, and then off to the sides a very little like closet bathroom. That's all you get in New York. And walk in. The first thing I see is on the left side is 10 giant black garbage bags. The giant ones, the industrial ones, filled with stuff. I don't know what was in there. The smell was a sour, rotting smell. And I'm standing there, and to the left was all those black garbage bags. And then I noticed very quickly, because he warned us of the cockroaches, and he goes, there might be some mice. We have some old, he said mouse. We have old mouse, and he said we, even though he's one guy, by the way. There's some old mouse in the apartment. So in between the black garbage bags that were piled up pretty high, that's when I first saw the cockroaches. Oh, do you have a cockroach problem? Everyone that says they have a cockroach problem, you see one silly goose dead on its back like this because it can't find food. Oh, no, man. They're finding food in this place, man, because they were like, they were fucking going in and out of the bags. The bags were tied up, but in and out of the bags that were piled up. And I'm like, oh, my God. And then I see a box of like snacks. Like if you're in an office and you need a little snack, maybe some Lay's potato chips or whatever. He had a whole thing of that, and I'm wondering where the hell did he get this? And then the rest of the apartment was completely packed with shit. A lot of electronics, a lot of like stuff that I don't even know what it was, like equipment that a physicist would use, I would assume. And then the bed where he's sleeping had just stuff all over it. I even whispered to Matt, how the fuck does he sleep? How does he sleep? There was junk piled up there. He had an exercise bike. He's like, the city wants me to get rid of this exercise bike. Now he's going through the stuff in the apartment. He's like, this exercise bike, I found around the corner. And the city wants me to get rid of it because they found cockroach eggs. I don't understand it. It's a perfectly usable bike. I think I can get $1,200 for this. He's one of those guys. And then we see the speakers, and they're just like, they're the only thing in the whole apartment that looked really, really like nice. Almost like there should have been a light coming down from the ceiling on the speaker boxes. They were gorgeous, handmade, custom. He goes, there they are, Matt. Those are the boxes that I want you to have. I just want you to have it. I would help you. I would help you bring it to the bar. But as you can see, my hand truck has flat wheels because obviously he got the hand truck from somewhere on the streets of New York and someone threw it out because, the wheels are fucked. He goes, so we can't use the hand truck, but I don't know if you got a van or a truck. Come on by and I'll just give you these speakers. And then I thought Matt was being nice, but he looks at me like, holy shit, these speakers are really, really nice. Really nice. I think I could use them at the bar or maybe upstate at my my little farmhouse in the barn. So he goes, well, let me turn them on for you. So then he walks behind this pile of stuff that's stacked almost up to the ceiling. We can't even see the guy anymore. And he throws on some like jazz. And I swear to God, I heard the sweetest sounds coming from these speakers. And me and Matt look at each other like, I don't know if I've ever heard a better speaker in my goddamn life. And the speakers looked like they were at least 30 years old, at least 30 years old. And then because he was turning up the music pretty loud, because he really wanted Matt to really understand how nice these speakers were, it shook some more cockroaches loose across the surface of what looked like an old computer monitor, I should say. I'm like, oh my God. At this point, I'm like, I just stand in the exact same space. Don't move around. But then my stupid brain goes, I gotta see this guy's bathroom. So I go, hey, do you mind if I use your bathroom? He's like, it's over there. He didn't say yes. He didn't say no. He just kind of went, it's over there. I walk into the bathroom. The toilet completely unusable, completely gray. I wouldn't say it was brown water. It was like gray. It was grayish, muddy water, but it wasn't mud from what you would think it would be in a hoarder's apartment in New York City. But unusable, completely gray, like with a hint of brown. But the gray was like if you took a powder cement and just dumped it in the toilet. It looked kind of like that. The sink used to be white, but it wasn't white anymore, and that was just filled with I don't even know what, mold, maybe grime, built up grime from 50 years. You can't use the sink. And then at this point, I'm also noticing like there is no way to clean yourself in this bathroom. There's no shower anymore. I think there might have been some kind of bathtub over here, but there's no bathtub anymore. That's long gone because that's now piled up with stuff where the bathtub used to be. And I'm like, how the hell does this guy live like this? And then at that point, he told us it's his birthday. He's 77 years old. He's been fighting with the city for years, and they're coming to get him. And at this point, I'm like, hey, why don't we talk in the hall? I think it'd be better to talk in the hall. So we're talking in the hall, and he gives us his life story. He's like a physics professor, but, he never went completely for it because he was living in a rent-stabilized apartment. So he didn't have the motivation to have to make a lot of money because he had very, very cheap rent. And as we're talking to this guy, and he's telling us it's his birthday, and I just wanted to hug the guy because now I'm feeling sorry for the guy. But I'm like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't hug the guy. God knows what's going to jump off his damn body. But he seemed incredibly normal. He seemed of high intelligence, but he's living in complete squalor with a whole bunch of cockroaches. I didn't see any mice, but he was bitching about the mice droppings. He's like, they're saying I got mice droppings over there in that pile over there, and they found it over here. It was some old clock that hasn't been wound in God knows how many years. And we're just talking to the guy outside his apartment, like I said, and he's all bummed that he's fighting the city. And then the other tenants are coming home from work, and they're just huffing and puffing as they walk by this guy because obviously the rest of the building, it's a very small brownstone that might have 6 to 8 apartments. They're all in on it. They can't wait for the city to take this guy's apartment and throw it on the goddamn sidewalk. And And then on the way out, he's like offering us snacks from his little snack dang. He's like, and Matt's like, Matt didn't want to be rude, you know? And so he's like, I don't know, I guess I could take some Fun Dip for my daughter. He was never going to give it to his daughter, but he didn't want to be rude. And I was like, I'm on a diet. I would, but I'm on a diet. He's like, but it's Fun Dip. I'm like, I know. Matt, why don't you take mine? So, Matt walked out of there with 2 Fun Dips. The kid walked out with nothing but itchy skin. I was going to film. I wanted to film this guy so bad, but then the problem with me is if I start to get to like know you as a person, then I can't do stuff like that. So I had my camera ready to go to do a quick pan of his apartment, and then I was like, I just can't do this. And then me and Matt walked home, and he's like, those speakers are absolutely amazing. I'm like, are you really coming back and getting them? He's like, hell yeah. But I'm like, make sure, you check out everything, because who knows what's living inside the cabinets, because they were big. They were like, is that 2 feet? Probably 2 feet across. And yeah, probably about 2 feet high. They were probably 2x2ers. With a deepness to them, too. Like a deepness with a little angle so you can put them in a corner, But I can only imagine what might be inside these things. Because as you know, like a speaker box, it's very, there's not a lot in there. There's a lot of hollowness. But then the guy's like, why don't I could just give you the actual speakers if you want just the speakers, and then you can build your own cabinets. So, but that was... that made for quite an ending to my New York City run before I jumped back in the car and made it back out to the fine ocean. But oh my goodness. Jedi Grind giving me $10. What's up, Jedi? Greg, I'm trying to send you a customized Opie Radio Mets baseball jersey. You have seen my X message. I understand if you don't want to give out the address. Oh, hi, Jedi. Oh, geez, I didn't get back to you. You're right. What a lovely gesture. I just don't know. And they look really nice. I just don't know if I would wear a Mets customized jersey, because I don't really follow the baseball as much as I used to. I know Matt does from Gephardt's. But I've said it on the live stream. I don't look good in a jersey. I've tried the sports jerseys over the years. I think it might be my feminine features. I tried the jersey. I just look ridiculous. And then, you're Jedi, you're such a cool guy. I'm like, I feel bad you're offering me such honestly, a really nice gift. But I know that I would probably just order a Mets jersey and then probably not wear it. And I don't want to put you through all that. I think it's a really nice gesture. I mean, I don't know, maybe for Matt, maybe a Mets jersey with Gephardt's on the back or something. I'll get back to you though, Jedi. I'm sorry I did not. I apologize. All right. Have we hit the goal yet? What's the goal, Captain Miserable? The goal is to turn this on every morning, have a cup of coffee, tell a few stories, maybe make some pocket money, get you guys to click on a few things, and that's it. It's like our meeting place before we get out there in the world. Is Opie talking about SJ? Who the hell is SJ? I don't know who. King Louie. What's up, King Louie? How are you, buddy? Did the guy have one of those big wooden spools for a coffee table? Dude, it's Captain Miserable again. You couldn't figure out the layout of the actual apartment because he wasn't a hoarder where it was complete tunnels that went up to the went up to the ceiling. He actually referenced, God, I wish I wrote this down. There was a famous case in New York City. Two brothers. They lived in a multi-million-dollar brownstone. Gorgeous. I think they wrote a book about these guys too. And they were complete hoarders to the point that they had the newspapers and the magazines piled up, and they had actual tunnels. It got to the point where they had tunnels that they can maneuver through to get to certain parts of the apartment. And it turns out like one of the guys got trapped in there because one of the tunnels was blocked by all the shit that was collecting. And they found him dead in there. And I think the other brother ended up dying in the apartment too. And these two brothers were very, very well off. And supposedly they even found a car or something in the apartment. Does anyone remember this story? It could give me more info on it. But the guy we ran into, he was referencing those two because I guess it's case law, and they were using that case against this guy that I just talked about, the guy where we went into his apartment. But his apartment wasn't. It was definitely a hoarder's apartment, but it wasn't to the point where he had complete tunnels. But there was stuff piled, and the ceilings in this place were, man, at least 12 feet. I mean, they were really high, pre-war buildings, so the ceilings were really high. But to answer your question, I saw the bed, but I was like, how does he – I don't know how he even gets into this bed to sleep because there was all sorts of junk all over the bed. And I don't know where the living room was because it was just piles and piles of stuff all over the place. What's up, Ted Palawada? How are you? You good, buddy? Hope you're good, buddy. The hoarders always say, I'll get around to it. No, the hoarders don't want to throw anything out. That's the problem. That's the hoarder shows on TV were just so exhausted because finally the family gets together and they're like, they're going to burn your house down. They're going to condemn your house. We got to clean this up or you're going to lose everything. So then everyone meets at the hoarder's house, right? Family and friends, like, okay, here's the day. They're going to throw out some stuff. And then they start with like, okay, this folder. All right, let's get rid of this. And the hoarder's like, well, wait, I don't know. You see the folder. It means so much to, why does it mean so much? Well, I picked it up outside the school in a dumpster. And I don't know. I think someday I might have a use for the folder. So can I think about it? Okay. And they put a folder aside as you're looking at a mountain of crap you got to get through. All right. How about these spoons? I see you got 1,000 spoons. Can we at least this box of spoons? Well, I might throw a party for 100 people one of these summers. And, instead I would hate to have to buy. So I just want to hang on to the spoons. Yeah, but you don't have the forks and the knives and stuff. Well, I think I might actually around here. Now that you think about it, let me look around. So I have a complete set. So, yeah, I don't want to throw the spoons away. And this goes on for hours and hours and hours. And the whole house needs to be chucked. And at the end of the day, the family and friends got together. So they throw away a grocery bag worth of stuff. That's it. Those shows are exhausting. Hey, I'm looking a little chubby. What you been eating on, bud? Chris, can you go away? We don't need you here. You're just being stupid. I've actually losing some good LBs out here this summer. Thank God. But anyway, Vincent Scaramuzo, but are the speakers filled with roaches, which will then infest GEP5? Oh no, Matt's not stupid. I go, you're not bringing these speakers into. He goes, fuck, hell no. He goes, I'm going upstate, so I'm gonna put them in my van and drive them up there, and then absolutely inspect them and spray them down and take them apart. Oh God, no, they'll never set foot in GEP parts. But Matt's not stupid. He ain't stupid. Opie Undercover Hoarder stream would have been epic. I know. I just felt bad when the guy was like just being a really genuinely nice guy. He seemed like he had a heart of gold. I'm going to run into him again because we invited him to Get Parts for a beer. I mean, we'll have the beer outside on one of the barrels that Matt has outside. We'll have a beer outside. Hey, can I? No, we can no. What do you mean? A kid use your bath? No. The bathrooms aren't working right now. Well, can I just go? No, it's okay. Let's just hang out here and have a beer. But I want to get him on a future live stream because I really want to know his story. He's definitely a loner. Something went horribly wrong in his life. He's well educated, or so it seems. That part of it was very believable. But in the end, man, he didn't do much with his life, and he ended up in a rent-stabilized apartment in New York City. And he lived there for 50 years. And he was celebrating his 77th birthday with me and Matt and the cockroaches. But there you go. But I just couldn't film the guy. Hey, what happened with your interview with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson back in the O&A days? I heard he stormed off and accused you all of racism. Did you ever apologize, or was it just a stunt? Man, I hate this question because I literally answered this question on the live stream many, many times over the years. No, in the end, The Rock got along with Opie and Anthony. It was a misunderstanding. A guy that was running a wrestling site was I don't even know if it was the guy himself, but I think you have to blame the guy because he was in charge of the site, but he blamed it on people that were working for his wrestling site, and there was a lot of racist stuff on his site. And that guy happened to be in studio when The Rock came in, and because he was a wrestling expert, I'm like, hey, blah, blah, why don't you ask The Rock a question? And as soon as The Rock heard his name, he knew about this guy, his website, the racist crap. And he goes, if you're associated with this guy, I can't be part of this radio show. And he stormed off. And then I basically said that, you'll never be as big as Opie and Anthony. I showed him that day. And then, long story short, it was a misunderstanding. We were in good standings with, I lost my place. Okay. Good standings with the WWE. And we all worked it out. And then the Rock ended up coming back on our show a few times after that. And then we would reference that and laugh and laugh and laugh. In the end, we had nothing to do with the guy personally. I had no idea that this type of thing was actually on his website. So it was a huge oh man. So there you go. That's the short version. Joseph, oh my God, I'm itching already. Oh, from the hoarder story, yeah, man. I've listened to Ope for years. He's not a racist. Don't listen to the haters, bro. Who's to call me a racist? That's stupid. No, I don't think I'm a racist at all. My brothers and sisters. God, no. Is that the dumb crap being said today? Is that what's being said today? Every day it's some dumb thing, dumb crap being said. It's weird. I just heard some. We got some workers next door. All right. Got some workers getting ready to redo a house pretty close to me. Cast Iron Kyle with the $5. Thank you, Cast Iron. Tuesday, August 13th. I think I'm going to take the day off and go into the city and meet you at Get Fats. Or will you be there? I'll bring some goodies. I don't know. I only go to the city like once a month. Excuse me. To get bills and check out in the apartment. So, I mean, if we could get a little something going, I could try to get in there Tuesday, August 13th. But the live from Get Parts live stream will be back to normal on a regular basis in the fall. That's for sure. But I'm gonna soak up the rest of summer way out here on Long Island and hope that I don't have to really go back to the city until September. Ken Snyder, wow, breaking news, folks. I'm reading this now for the first time. Donna Imus dead at 79. Rest in peace. What a trailblazer for the industry. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's certainly some breaking news. And then Thomas Christie, he doesn't get it, so he just writes, Imus died years ago. Yeah, we know that, Thomas Christie. Everybody knows that. Thank you. Thank you very much. When I go to Get Parts, you should bring some ghost peppers so that Opie can once again open his eyes and see something. Oh, the big boss, that's his new bit. to talk about my squinty eyes. He's got a bit. His bit is to talk about my squinty eyes. Aluminum tarmac. Hey, listening to the old WNEW recordings back in the zeros, as in 2000. Lots of talk about Ricky Martin. Did you guys know he was one of that persuasion back then, or was it an unknown? Thanks in advance. Yeah, we knew. I felt like the show in general didn't give a crap about any of that stuff. We didn't give a crap who you loved, but we did give a crap if it was something we can make fun of and hopefully make people laugh about. And Ricky Martin used to love to go on jet skis with other dudes. That might be the bit you're talking about. And we might have went off on that a little bit. But Ricky Martin, oh my God, back in 2000, he was massively huge. I had this chick. At this point, I don't even know if I could say she was ever my girlfriend. You know, I just made a stupid 10-year mistake like everybody else. I had this chick. She was in love with Ricky Martin. I would look at her like, he has no interest in your kind. None. Oh, she was in love with the Ricky Martin. All these girls were in love with the Ricky Martin. And Ricky Martin would walk past all of them and just under his breath go, ew, yuck. But it didn't stop for this chick that I made a mistake with for 10 years. She was in love with the Ricky Martin. And she was also in love with that show Friends. And she thought she was Jennifer Aniston. So she had to get the Jennifer Aniston haircut. And then one day I finally had it with her and her Jennifer Aniston haircut. I'm like, your face is too round. Your face is too round for the Jennifer Aniston haircut. What are you doing? But she was obsessed with the Jennifer Aniston haircut. She was also obsessed with Sex and the City. She would get together with her stupid girlfriends. Not really a looker among them. And then they would go out as the Sex and the City crew. And I think she thought she was the what's the one that has the horse face? She thought she was her. Because, you know, all the gals, when they went out for their cocktails, they all took on the persona of one of the people from Sex and the City. Oh, I forgot her name. But she thought she was her. I'm like, you're not her. You're not cool like her. No. Thanks, Jedi Grind, but I'll still get back to you on the whole Jersey thing, all right? All right. I just don't want to take gifts from people that are being very nice and generous, knowing that I'm not going to really, use it. And I'm certainly the opposite of a hoarder. I could easily live in a empty apartment, like a loft apartment with just a bed, a TV, a couch, place for my clothes. And that's it. I can live like that tomorrow. I hate when junk is piling up. Delish is in the room. What's up, Delish? Oh, thank you. Really quick before we head out. Tommy Festa, fellas and ladies, check out Opie's other podcast, Comedy Quick Hits with Opie. Funny stuff, but you actually have to click and download, peeps. So for Christ's sake, click on something. Thank you, Tommy Festa. Yeah, I don't make a lot of money live streaming in the morning. So, what I ask is you click on something, you click on my newer stuff. It helps, because all these dumb social media platforms, they're monetizing. Oh, man, they're throwing stuff off the deck over there. I make a few pennies on the monetization. So, and yeah, I'm proud of that other podcast. It has its own podcast feed called Comedy Quick Hits with Opie. All right, then. I think we did it for today. Getting back into the swing of it. I'm going to get Matt on maybe as early as tomorrow, or maybe I might do another one later this afternoon if he could only do it today, because I want to give his thoughts on the hoarder's apartment that we went in to get those fine speakers. He'll have a lot to say about that too. Oh my God! And then I'm looking at this guy. He kind of had a Jerry Garcia vibe to him with a kind of a longish gray beard and a bucket hat, and he had kind of hippie glasses that he was looking over the top of. He looked like a character from a movie. and he's wearing the bucket hat. I'm like, after seeing the apartment, and now he's walking with us a little bit because he had to go find more shit to put in his apartment. I was just thinking to myself, what the hell is living underneath that bucket hat right now? Good God. Ken Snyder, I recommend everybody take the moment to check out at Dirty Delish. I have one word, wow. Wow, 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 wow. You know, it's funny, Dirty Delish, you know, she might do a little something online, and she's a fan of the live stream, and she comes in here a lot. And I don't know, because I don't know. I feel like she's like one of ours that I have chosen not to click on any of her stuff. Is that stupid? It's probably stupid, right? I should probably click on the Dirty Delish stuff. I think so. I think I should do that. Oh God, $9.99 on the way out. Did you ever get the beers from Michigan I left in the cooler at Get Parts for you? Are you serious? Dude, are you the guy? Matt was talking about two guys that came in. I think they were in town for a Theo Von show, because the Beacon Theater is really close to Get Parts. So if you're going to a Beacon Theater show, you're crazy not to go to Get Parts for a couple wobbly pops. But he said there were two really cool guys that were asking if I was there. I wasn't. And then Matt jokingly goes, but I'm Matt. And they freaked out and said, oh, we know. We watch every live stream from Get Parts. And these two guys were beyond cool, beyond. And on their way out, both of them palmed Matt a Hyundai each. A Hyundai each. Are you one of those guys? Because if you are, man, wow. You got great reviews from Matt, who owns Get Parts Beer Culture. All right, I'm going to start rolling out of here because I want to get this up on my my podcast feed, Opie Radio. So if you didn't watch this whole thing, you can listen to it in your car. Remind me to talk about Howard Stern. I listened to him on the way back to the beach. I was entertained. I was entertained. We can get into it tomorrow. We could get into what I heard, which was like he's on a text chain with the Kimmels and the Fallons. He makes his wife go out to dinner at 5 because he goes to bed at 8. He's scared shitless of candles. He says he's a bore, and people get really bummed out when they actually get to hang out with him. You know, I don't like Howard, but when he's just babbling and has that pure honesty about his life, I got to be honest. It's good damn radio. Yeah, but the problem is, his show these days has so much nonsense around that good solid talk he has with Robin when he's opening up and just talking about his life. That shit is really, really good. I can't make believe it's not. I'm not that person. That's why I make fun of Biden and Trump. I just try to tell it like it is. But then there's so much horse shit with the phony phone calls and all that other garbage that just stinks. He should just get rid of everybody and sit there and just babble 2 hours a day with Robin. That should be his show for real. And then do one of his dumb celebrity interviews. But he kept me entertained because I left late and I was very, very tired and I needed something to listen to. And that was it. I could get into it a little more on the next live stream, that's for sure. Guys, if you gave me some bucks, holy crap. I think I made a few bucks today. Oh, my God, you guys were babbling the whole time, and I didn't move through the chat today. Now I feel bad. Definitely click on some stuff for me. That would be appreciated. Hit like on the way out of this thing because that helps get, this in front of more people when I go live the next time. And I think that's it for today, all right? We'll talk soon. I'm done. I got to get more coffee. Guys, go. You got a day to do.